Hey guys, what's going on? I think we got a decent video for you today. I started making I made a lot of trading errors today, so I just kind of called it. I said, I'm done. I'm making too many mistakes. This is this was the P&L right here. So, I'm green on the day, but there's just some things that I did that were kind of stupid, and I want you guys and myself to learn from them. So let's just get right into it. So Dova, D-O-V-A, was the first trade of the day. I was looking for the opening range breakout. Now, it happened, but it kind of happened without me. You can see it dipped here to the 14 level. I did try to get in off camera there on the other monitor, which would have been the entry, but I thought that as we came up, we would pull back and then kind of slingshot through $15, and I just got terrible entries. Like the first entry here, I was looking for it to flag, like a combination of a flag here and a cup and handle, and I thought I was just gonna rocket right through 15, to be honest. So I took very, very small size here to account for the fact that I'm buying in a really terrible spot. But we're consolidating here. We have a big guy who's getting sold into. So I thought that would be a good spot to start. And then we drop 30 cents just like that. So 200 shares, I'm only down like 60 bucks. Yeah, 60 bucks. So that's completely fine. That's why I took 200 shares. So I had some good habits and some bad habits. I just flashed down my $100 loss. And I'm thinking here, okay, now we've flashed back to this pivot point. I'm going to add to 400 shares. This I am okay with. I don't consider this averaging down. I consider this adding more shares closer to your risk point. Because if we had a broken under these levels here, I would have had to sell. I'm just getting shares on a discount for my ultimate plan that this is going to go higher. That's the way I'm thinking about this. But I should not have added up here. That is for sure. I probably just should have waited for this and taken 400 shares total down here. That would have been a much better trade. But that's not what happened. So that was mistake one of the day. So we're starting to kind of, here's where I'm saying, all right, this is not doing too well anymore. This is getting sold into pretty big. There's big range on this stock. Sorry, excuse me. This thing can whip around. So at this point, we're holding 14. I think we're going to break 14. So what I do is I just wait until we pop up. I guess I didn't really wait long enough, but I just wanted out of this thing. And now I'm all out for just an $80 loss. There's like a huge soaker here at $14.50, which is kind of crazy. But I just didn't like this. My setup was no longer there, so I just wanted to get out, minimize the loss, and I was okay with that. So $83 loss on that. Not too bad. The other one that I have recorded, which was actually pretty good here, is CETX. So I had identified $3 as a daily level. Where did I get that from? I think it was the multiple resistance lines, support lines from right here, and how it kind of bumped into resistance up in this area. $3 is a nice round number, and this is where we're seeing the congestion, so I thought that that was a good number to use. Actually, I remember why. CETX. If you go back a couple days, you can see very clearly that $3 here was kind of the level, the pivot point. So all of those together made me use $3 as the level. So what happened here is I was waiting for it to flag. I waited 3 minutes for it to flag. We're making higher lows. I'm really liking this. So I bought in as we're seeing a whole lot of soaking here at $3. I get in. Where do I get in here? Right at $2.99. And we're holding. See, we're filling. And I was never really down that much. So I didn't have to make a call on whether to stop out or not. And now my target is for this to push through the flag, and I'm going to sell most of the shares. and it's going to be about a 30-cent winner. So I'm risking $100 to make about $350. So I put in my hard target right there, and we make another higher low. We start seeing a whole lot of people. Let me back that up. We start seeing a whole lot of people stacking up on the bid here. That's a massive amount of shares. And it's holding. People are just gobbling this up. So I'm pretty confident that this is going to shoot through. It eventually shoots through. And as I lower my target, I get filled at 333 here for 900 of the shares, because I always try to hold on to a piece, right? So that's pretty sure that was the end of that there. So I can show you where I sold those. How do I get rid of this? So that was the 900 shares right there that I just sold. So I had a break-even stop on those, and then I was selling the last 100 up towards $4, and then it kept going to $4.58, kind of almost $5, which is kind of crazy. But I didn't see an entry in here. We were holding trend, but you know, maybe this was the spot. 420 was on the daily here. 420 was this high. This would have been a pretty good spot to buy. I'm not gonna lie, this was my trade. As we're holding this, it's kind of the same thing that happened here, where we shoot up, we consolidate, we shoot up, we consolidate in a flag. That would have been a good trade, but I missed it. But I did try to take it again as it came back down, just for the quick pop up to 460. I didn't get the fill, so I sold right here and right here on 1,000 shares. I think this was 500 and 500. So the entries on this were great. The exits were pretty good as well. My idea was right. You know, as we broke this trend, I didn't think we would continue higher. I think the shorts would have taken over after this point, and that's exactly what happened. I didn't have the shares to short, so I just tried to long it right here for the quick, you know, 10, 20 cent pop. So this was a very good trade. I didn't make a lot of errors. I just missed my trade. I didn't take my setup right here. So that was that. Dova, the entry kind of sucked. The management was okay, and the exits were okay, because I saw that, you know, I was a little overexposed. This trade was not working out. We're getting heavy resistance at the resistance area. We can't even hold over it. So selling was a good idea. So my exit was good. Now the MES is where I made so many mistakes. The first trade was okay. As it came up into pre-market levels, I took it short, and I'm pretty sure I got it short like right at 71. Like right here. Oh no, where did I get it short? Let me just look. MES at 934. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So short right up here, and it started to work out. But this 291.40 pivot, and this is from the daily as well. 291.40 is this high and this low. So I thought that would be a very well respected level, and it has been so far. So we bounced off of that twice. We made a higher low. You know, we keep making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So it actually broke out and stopped me out, only to go to the pre-market high levels and then roll over. So this was the trade in here, not in here. But I got stopped out of that for $100 as per my plan. So that's good that I stopped out and I didn't just hold it. And so far it's just chopping. It's chopping in this range. You know, you can see we're having an inside day. We're just kind of chopping in the middle. We're not making a big move. You have to play the extremes on this. And the extreme here was 291.93. Again, I got that level from the daily here. Where did I get that from exactly? I know I got it from somewhere. Let's look at it on a higher time frame. 291.93. Ah, yes. So the lows of these candles, I decided to use as a level, and we kind of dumped through it here. We came back up through it. It's kind of hard, and it's kind of more of an area. Like, you could say this whole area from, like, here to here is a level. So really selling into that would have been good. But I caught it a little bit too early, and because of that I got stopped out, and I'm not in the trade right now. But I think that was the only trade on it today, was the short up in here. Maybe longing it as it came back down, but maybe you would have gotten stopped out. Again, it's a very choppy day, so you just have to play the extremes. And I don't think that this is an extreme. The extreme would have been if it came back down to pre-market lows, yesterday's close, for a long. But that's not what happened. So I'm down on 3 separate trades on the MES. One for $100, one for $110, and one for $60. All of those losses are acceptable. But what I did here was I misidentified the level, you could say, and then I got stopped out. I switched my bias to long, so I switched my plan. Oh, and there goes the SPY. Trump must have tweeted something, or this is just the technical setup. But anyways, like I said, this was the trade. Was taking it up in here short, waiting for a big move like this. That would have been perfect. So anyways, I bias switched to long, only to go short again. And then when I tried to put in a stop for the short, I accidentally doubled my size right here. So I had to stop out right here. It was just really, really messy. But thank God I was still respecting my rules, following my plan, and I think that's what matters most. And that's why I'm green today. Even though I'm super upset and I have this like really big urge to take this, I know that I can't, and I know that I'm following my rules. So again, the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret of taking this and then being red on the day. So that's that. Hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know. Comments, questions, leave them below. I might take tomorrow off because I'm trading like an idiot. You know, I need some sleep. I think if I sleep well and I'm ready to trade tomorrow, I'll try to trade and just take one good setup. But if you don't hear from me, then I'll be back on Monday. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, and you guys have a good one.